Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered where your eyebrows went? Or maybe your hairbrush holds more of your hair than your head does. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, there may be something simple and natural that can help. No, we're not talking about expensive serums or risky procedures. We're talking about a humble oil one that's been quietly used for generations. And it might just help your hair grow faster, thicker, and healthier right from the root. Let's take a closer look at what castor oil can really do. What if the answer to thinning hair has been sitting on a shelf for generations? Quiet, reliable, and packed with more benefits than most modern formulas. That's the beauty of castor oil. This thick, pale yellow oil is extracted from the seeds of the Ricinus communis plant originally found in India. It's not new. In fact, castor oil has been used for centuries across cultures, first as a digestive remedy and more recently as a powerful topical healer. What makes it so special? The secret lies in one powerful compound, ricinoleic acid. Unlike other oils, castor oil is especially rich in this rare fatty acid, which gives it strong anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antifungal properties. That means it doesn't just coat the scalp, it actually goes to work fighting off the things that may be holding your hair back from growing. Even better, castor oil is packed with vitamin E, omega-6, and omega-9 fatty acids, proteins, and essential minerals, all of which nourish the hair follicle directly and deeply. It's the kind of oil that doesn't just sit on the surface. It penetrates. It supports. It revives. And for older adults especially whose scalp health may be slowing down due to age, that deep nourishment can make all the difference. It's not flashy. It's not trendy. But castor oil gets the job done with no chemicals, no gimmicks, and no high price tag. Hair loss in your 60s and beyond often feels like a quiet kind of grief, one you don't always talk about, but that still stings every time you run your fingers through thinning hair or pencil in eyebrows that used to be full. For many older adults, it's more than just shedding strands. It's a loss of identity, a reminder of time passing, and a challenge to confidence that's hard to explain. Take Joan, 68, from Ohio. I used to have thick hair my whole life, she says. Then almost overnight it started thinning. I didn't want to go out without a hat. I felt invisible. Or Lawrence, 71, who watched his once proud mustache and brows fade year after year. I didn't feel like myself anymore, he admitted. It felt like aging was robbing me slowly. What makes it worse is that hair loss often gets brushed off as just part of getting older. But that doesn't mean you have to accept it without trying something safe and natural. That's where castor oil comes in, not as a miracle cure, but as a gentle, nourishing tool to support the scalp, encourage healthy follicles, and restore what time and stress may have taken. If you felt like your confidence has faded along with your hair, you're not alone. And you're not out of options. There's still a way to care for what you have, and maybe even get a little of it back. When it comes to hair and eyebrow care, castor oil has quietly earned its place as one of nature's most dependable allies, especially for people over 60. The ricinoleic acid in castor oil penetrates deeply into the scalp, bringing with it a wave of nutrients that wake up sluggish hair follicles. This helps create the ideal environment for hair to grow, not thin and brittle, but thick and vibrant. As we age, our hair becomes more fragile. Castor oil strengthens each strand from the base, helping to reduce breakage and slow down hair loss. Think of it as armor for your hair. Thanks to its antifungal and antibacterial properties, castor oil can help calm flaky or irritated scalps. For many seniors, this means finally finding relief from persistent itchiness or dryness without harsh shampoos. Regular application of castor oil to the brows can encourage regrowth even in sparse areas. It works by nourishing the tiny hair follicles around the brow line, giving them the support they need to sprout again. A healthy scalp is a clean scalp. Castor oil helps create an environment that's resistant to microbial infections, mold, and even certain types of fungi. In short, castor oil doesn't just help your hair grow. It helps your scalp thrive. And when your scalp is healthy, beautiful things can happen even after 60. Using castor oil may be one of the simplest self-care routines you can adopt, and the best part, you can do it from the comfort of your home with no salon visits or complicated steps. Start with just a few drops. Castor oil is thick, so a little goes a long way. Warm it slightly between your palms and massage it gently into your scalp using small circular motions with your fingertips. This not only spreads the oil, but also boosts circulation, which supports hair growth. You can leave it on for a few hours, or for deeper conditioning overnight with a shower cap or towel wrapped around your head. Just be sure to wash it out thoroughly the next morning with a gentle shampoo. Here's a classic time-tested recipe for eyebrows. 30 ml of castor oil, 20 ml of panthenol, and 15 drops of garlic juice. Mix them together and store in a small bottle. Every night before bed, dip a clean cotton swab or mascara brush into the blend and gently apply it to your eyebrows. Be careful to avoid your eyes. Always do a patch test first, especially if you have sensitive skin. Don't use castor oil if your scalp is irritated or wounded. Make sure the oil you buy is 100% pure cold-pressed and hexane-free for best results. With consistency 2 to 3 times a week, you'll likely begin noticing subtle changes within a few weeks. And over time, those little changes can add up to something truly satisfying. Beyond hair and eyebrows, castor oil holds a lesser-known benefit that may be especially meaningful as we age. According to Dr. David Williams, a respected health researcher, castor oil can do something that no pharmaceutical drug can. It can improve lymphatic flow when applied topically. Your lymphatic system is your body's natural drainage network. It helps move waste toxins and excess fluid out of your tissues. But as we get older, this flow can slow down, leading to swelling in the legs, stiffness, fatigue, or even feeling sluggish overall. When massaged into areas like the lower abdomen or joints, castor oil may help stimulate lymph movement, reduce inflammation, and promote detoxification. Some people even use castor oil packs, soaking a cloth in warm castor oil, applying it to the skin, covering it with plastic wrap, and placing a hot water bottle on top for about an hour. People have reported less joint pain, less puffiness, and even improved digestion over time. While more studies are needed, the results are promising. So while most people think of castor oil as a hair remedy, it may also be quietly supporting your body's natural healing rhythms from the inside out. Sometimes the best proof isn't found in a lab, it's found in the lives of everyday people who gave something simple a chance. Sandra, 72, from Arizona, had nearly given up on her thinning hair. My eyebrows had faded so much, I just stopped looking in the mirror, she said. But after her granddaughter encouraged her to try castor oil, she began applying it nightly. Within 4 weeks, I saw little hairs starting to fill in. It gave me hope again. James, 67. A retired postal worker had battled with a flaky scalp and bald patches for years. I'd tried expensive creams, shampoos, even prescriptions, he said. Nothing lasted. Then I read about castor oil and decided why not. James started massaging castor oil into his scalp every other night. 2 months later, he noticed less itching, less shedding, and even some regrowth along his hairline. Estelle, 74, used castor oil not just for her brows and scalp, but also for her knees. I used a warm compress with castor oil every night, she said. My arthritis pain didn't vanish, but I slept better. It helped me relax. These aren't miracles. They're just gentle shifts, proof that when you nurture your body with real natural care, it often responds in quiet but meaningful ways. Let's address the question many seniors quietly carry. If baldness runs in my family, is there anything I can really do? Genetics do play a role. But just because the tendency is there doesn't mean you're helpless. Castor oil won't change your DNA, but it can give your scalp and follicles the best possible chance to stay healthy. If your follicles are still alive, just dormant or struggling, it may stimulate regrowth. And in areas where hair is already sparse, it can strengthen the surrounding scalp, slowing further loss. Think of it like tending to an aging garden. You can't change the weather, but you can still nourish the soil, prune what's weak, and maybe even coax something beautiful to grow. Some users have reported light regrowth even in hereditary baldness zones, especially when combined with scalp massage, clean nutrition, and consistency. No false promises. Just a natural option that might give your hair one more reason to stick around. Hair loss can be frustrating, disheartening, even emotional. But here's something worth remembering: you're not done growing. Not in spirit, not in strength, and maybe not even in hair. Castor oil isn't a magic potion. It's not a quick fix or a miracle cure. But it is a gentle, proven, and natural companion, one that's been trusted for centuries to help people feel more confident in their own skin. It costs just a few dollars. It takes just a few minutes. And yet it can do what expensive treatments often can't: nourish your body naturally. And more than that, It gives you back something powerful, the feeling that you're doing something kind for yourself. So whether your goal is thicker eyebrows, a healthier scalp, or just a little more confidence when you step outside, remember this: you're not too old to try something new. You're not too late to care for yourself. And you're absolutely not alone. Give it a try. See what happens. And if it brings you even one small smile when you look in the mirror, that's already a beautiful beginning.